retreats really, they have three lives. It's the pre-retreat life. And usually we're so engaged and it's full on, and we're planning the retreat and we're connecting and getting people to sign up. And then you have the actual retreat. And then there's the post-retreat. And sometimes that get missed because we've been in this high and then everyone goes home and it's almost like a re-entry. You've been in a bubble. In the Toltec world where we started, both Leo and I started our retreat lives with the Toltec tradition and Don Miguel Ruiz of the Four Agreements. And then that world, we call it re-entry. You've been in a very contained bubble, going deep together, and have had profound changes within your own being. And they all feel so aligned with this group because you've moved through the transformation together with this group. And then you go home and everyone around you, they remember you and the patterns and the behaviors and the beliefs you left with. And now you come back and it could be a huge change or a subtle change. It really doesn't matter, but they want to see you as the person that left. And it's so easy to be pulled back and forget all about it. So with that as a basis, it's really important to have a container to move with as you send your participants back into life again.
What do you have to do post-retreat to follow up with the success of your retreat and expand upon it for not only your participants and give them what they need, but also to increase the benefits to your business that you've really, with all the enthusiasm and connections and stuff you've generated with your retreat participants?
I'm a strong believer of that. You need to have something that's included to make sure the re-entry is smooth as possible. So for me right now, it's follow-up calls. Of course, we gather, we have a couple of calls that are really focused on them as individuals. And then we have 2 calls that are focused on the retreat aspect of it. But then offer a group, a setting for them to come together monthly, for instance, for a small fee, where you go deeper, or a large fee, depending on what kind of offering you're making within this group, where you continue the work you did on the retreat. You go deeper. And they're already together, they already love each other, they know each other. It's the simplest offer you can make. So for me right now, it's follow-up calls. Of course, we gather, we have a couple of calls that are really focused on them as individuals. And then we have 2 calls that are focused on the retreat aspect of it. So it's business oriented, that's separate, because I feel it's so important to be able to connect with, where are you right now? What's going on for you? What's happening with stepping into your life again? And because I've been with them in the transformation, I have a personal relationship, not just to the person, but to what has changed in them. And I can remind them of that through conversation and questions. So it's very much about personal connection for me, just being on a Zoom call, since we can't necessarily be in person. One really good way to stay connected is to have some sort of way of having a community. I always have a Facebook group for my retreats, for instance, and sometimes a group gets very engaged in that, and that Facebook group lives for years. Other times kind of dwindles, and the WhatsApp group is the place where people connect. But having a place where they can continuously check in with each other. There are platforms I'm looking at. I might actually be doing this for this retreat, where you can have a like a teaching platform where you can continuously share material. I like the in-person connection. That's why I use Zoom calls a lot. But also to be able to share like a meditation or a PDF reminder documents of the most profound things we talked about. A place to share all of those that's more organized than a Facebook group. And if you go that route, you could also have post-retreat upsales built in, where you have a certain amount of material that's free and some are more paid. Small payments or big programs, you can all build that into these platforms.
One of the best things you can do for your business and to capitalize on all the hard work that you have done in organizing, setting up, managing, and hosting your retreat is to have planned in ahead of time that you're going to do a post-retreat offering towards the end of the retreat itself to your participants. And the reason we really recommend doing this is because your people want support and social connection that they developed with you and the group on the retreat. They need it. They're wanting this. Okay.
It's so true. So true. And it has to be while you're still on retreat. Really, the day your retreat ends and people are leaving, the energy starts to change. So the day before, the last day or second to last day, that's when you start talking about what's coming next. Crucial. It really will change the moment, even testimonials, all of those things. Don't leave it to the day people are leaving, because the energy is already in motion someplace else.
Absolutely. Well, I was talking about what you kind of the post-retreat review for yourself.
Okay. Personally, I take little notes as I go through the retreat for myself, and it's incredibly valuable to have that post-retreat review.
Absolutely. Another thing that you want to do is, as soon as possible and at the end of the retreat, if possible, you want to start getting testimonials from your folks. You can ask for video testimonials while they're on site still. It's fantastic, because what's happening is they're still showing the glow of their experience and their excitement of being on that retreat. And people really capture this person's enthusiasm for the experience they've had with you. So video testimonials. So get those. That's really important for all your promotional material for your further offerings.
Yeah, that's super, super important. And as Leo says, do it on a retreat, not when the attention is leaving, but when they're in the experience.
Yeah, because they'll have the best of intentions, but you'll end up having to chase them down to try and get those things from. They'll mean to do it, but they just won't get to it. I know. I'm one of those persons who do that too.
Yeah. And it's not the same. The energy is not the same. When they're at the retreat, in the experience of it, you get their emotional way of being in the experience, and that's worth so much.